What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video, honestly, I was planning on doing something different, as I always do, but of course, scrolling through social media, I can't help but find 50,000 different insane things that are going on within Call of Duty right now, especially Modern Warfare 2. And honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest here, it's not a possible way that I could ever not talk about this stuff because it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's mind-boggling. And again, the way that Activision has been hyping things up and all the things they have said in the past, we have to make this notice. We have to bring it live into people's attention. So when it happens again, since we all know it's going to happen again with the next Call of Duty game, we are aware, and we will be a lot more realistic about the overall situation. But of course, before we go ahead and hop into the topic of today's video, if you enjoy what you hear in this video today and you enjoy FPS games, third-person shooter games, and you just enjoy commentaries in general, then by all means, help us out. We're grinding up to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll be honest, you guys have been absolutely tugging. I mean, we just hit 40K, like a couple of days ago? Oh my god, we're basically 200 subs up on that already. You guys have been showing so much love and support that it's been just out of this world. So of course, if you want to be a part of the community, and like I said, you just want to enjoy some FPS or third-person shooter content, then by all means, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification button if you want to be notified whenever my videos go live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, today's video is going to be an extra spicy one, and one that I think a lot of people are going to have their own opinions about. So of course, any point in this video that you feel like you have to share something, go down in the comment section, light it up. I love reading through comments and seeing what you guys think about the overall, topic and what you guys think about, what is going to be happening, what should be happening, so on and so forth. So like I said, light up the comment section. But again, we are going to be talking about cheaters because, of course, as you all know, Activision has been hyping up that, Ricochet, that anti-cheat for ages. Remember when that anti-cheat was just about to come out and they had been turning it up to the max? I think it was around Warzone 1 before Warzone 2 was introduced, and they were saying that it's going to be, the best thing ever introduced into gaming. There's absolutely going to be no cheaters that will destroy the experience. Absolutely everybody will get banned on the spot. They ban them right in the middle of the game, not later, not after the day, right there and then. It's like, they were hyping up absolutely everything, making us think that the game will finally be hacker-free. Because, let's be honest here, current Call of Duty is just absolutely infested with cheaters. Again, it doesn't really faze me as much as it does the Warzone players, because I feel like multiplayer is so dead that nobody wants to cheat in it in general. But Warzone, still to this current date, is getting destroyed. And like I said, it leaks over to COD as well. Ranked play right now is infested with cheaters. So, everybody is getting affected by this problem. And it's so funny because back in the day, there wasn't even that many cheaters in the experience. And I'm not talking about playing like you see right here, Black Ops 1 current date, which, oh man, this stuff is amazing. If you guys have a PC and you do not have Plutonium installed or XLabs, you have to do it right now. I've been playing this stuff for ages, but you'd be shocked how many people still don't know that these things are even a possibility, that on OG PC, you can literally download these mods that, basically give your experience a 10 times boost. Makes the game 10 trillion times more enjoyable, less cheaters, moderated servers. Sometimes it's not populated, but it's much more populated than the Steam version. But of course, like I said, make sure you guys hit this up, seriously, because the OG stuff is the best stuff in the Call of Duty franchise. But even back when the games first launched, Call of Duty 4 on launch date, World at War on launch date, Modern Warfare 2 on launch date, Modern Warfare 3 on launch date, there wasn't that many cheaters. My main experience with cheaters back in the day was when people were trying to sell God lobbies or, sell lobbies where they would boost you up, they would give you max rank, they would give you all the attachments, all the weapons. The majority of them made you pay a fee for that stuff, and the majority of them were scams to even begin with. But that's what I think of when I thought of cheaters back in the prime. I didn't think of people going into public matches, obviously exploiting aimbot and wall hacks game and game again. Maybe I wasn't just that good of a player back then, because I wasn't. I was still coming into Call of Duty fresh. A lot of us were coming into Call of Duty fresh. So, cheating wasn't really something we were looking for all the time, and we'll probably just back out and try to find a different game. But I swear the majority of my experiences were always those guys. They weren't cheating in game because they would get banned in 5 seconds. All they were saying is they will message you and say, yeah, man, I got God lobbies, hop into my private match, we're going to rank you up, so on and so forth. That's what we dealt with. Fast forward to current date, that's not even a thing anymore. I don't even see that anymore. All I see is people wall hacking, aimbotting, constant UAVs, so on and so forth. That's all people use nowadays. And it's so bad to the point that people, are good. They're good at the game. A lot of the people who use cheats are good at the game, and that's why they don't get caught. because good players can make the gameplay look like they're not cheating. They might be able to see everybody on the map. They might have wall hacks, but they can set themselves up. They can pre-aim certain things. They can, navigate the map in a certain way to make it look like it's not sus whatsoever. It's extremely easy for these individuals. So it's easy to hide. I mean, these companies make millions of dollars. These are multi-million-dollar companies that are developing these cheats. So a lot of people have to be using them, right? They want to be worth millions of dollars if people weren't purchasing them that much, that frequently. So we know that a lot of people are doing it. A lot of good people are doing it. So it's easily hidden. A lot of these people aren't being exposed and caught and actually banned because, the bad ones are just so blatant. I'm sorry. Nothing in the world is funnier than watching a bad cheat. I'm sorry, yo. It's the funniest thing in the world. I don't even get mad at a cheater who's bad at the game because it's just comedy, because the majority of the time they're going to get clapped anyways. It's just like they're aim locking you through the walls like halfway across the map, and you just know their heart's pumping because they're not used to getting bodies. They don't get kills in Call of Duty, so it's like they're watching you like 20 minutes away and oh God, oh, who's coming? And I'm sorry. Enough with roasting those cheaters, man. If you cheat, God help you, man. Seriously, just get good at the game. But at the end of the day, cheating is in a bad spot. You would think the anti-cheat would be turned up, and they were advertising it like that. They were advertising that Call of Duty was going to be free of cheaters, right? I mean, it was one of the biggest selling points from Modern Warfare 2. It really was. I mean, they sold this game not only just off of the other promises, but off of an anti-cheat system. That was one of the promises they had that was going to be introduced into Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2. Actually, I believe the anti-cheat's supposed to be for pretty much all of the most recent Call of Duty titles anyway. So, all of us should be protected, but sadly, we aren't. I mean, we're even at a point where, as you can see right here from Modern Warzone, this is absolutely insane right here as well. A company is paying cheaters for bounties on famous Warzone streamers. The cheater gets paid for every kill they get on certain streamers that the company handpicks. So basically, we're even at a point where it's just simply a game now, ladies and gentlemen. It is a game. Okay? Cheating is literally nobody even takes it serious anymore. The majority of the time, it's just a little slap on the wrist. Fix yourself up, and they'll end up just cheating again and again and again. I mean, a lot of these cheater providers, they come with insurance so you can just get them for free again when you go ahead and find a way to get back into the game. I mean, Jesus, there's so many ways for these individuals to keep getting cheats back into the experience, especially when there's absolutely no consequences. None at all. I mean, that's just a part of greed, in my personal opinion, from Activision, because they don't want to keep these cheaters out of the game because they know that's just money in their pocket. They don't mind if they're going to go ahead and get another copy. It's beyond that point, They just want the money. They'll stop them there in the moment, but if they want to cough up more money, come back on in, That's how they treat it. It's really scummy. But back to the point I'm trying to make here. The anti-cheat is so trash that cheating isn't even, a serious thing. It's a game. People are literally playing it as a game. Cheaters are being paid to literally just hunt down streamers. And I read a little bit more in this post here from Modern Warzone. Again, we don't know how, serious or if this is even completely real, if this is happening, but I've seen it before. I've seen cheaters absolutely just hunt down other streamers, and apparently this is not just happening to streamers, this is happening across the board because they just simply want people to stop playing Warzone 1, apparently. That's a little strange, but at the end of the day, the point that's trying to be made here is that cheaters are everywhere in Call of Duty right now. Everywhere. You might be saved a little bit going into casuals, and the majority of the time if you see a cheater in casual, it's going to be a bad cheater. It's going to be a stupidly blatant cheater. You will know in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to ranked, you are going to have to you're going to have to be very experienced. You're going to have to know the difference between someone who just has good map awareness, good aim, good knowledge of the overall game. You have to know the difference from that and someone who does have walls or does maybe have aimbot to assist their aim a little bit. You're going to have to tell the difference, and it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. I've gotten to a point where I just don't even accuse people of hacking. I really don't. I don't accuse people of cheating because it's gotten to that fine line. Literally, people are so good at COD that it's borderline. You just simply don't know if they have walls or not. You can't tell. And that is what the anti-cheat is supposed to be there for. It's supposed to detect crap. I was about to curse. I'm trying not to curse here because this is just a joke how little they're handling such a serious situation. But it's supposed to detect stuff in the console or in the PC and prevent them from getting into the experience. It's not supposed to rely off of us to be reporting people 50,000 times and then they go and they take it behind the scenes and, they study it up. No, it's supposed to detect these systems before the game even launches. That is what it's supposed to do. So why does it never do it? Why don't people get banned right off the bat? Why don't people get, no access to the game right off the bat? They're allowed to play game and game and game and game and game until they mess up, until they blatantly expose themselves, or until they slip up something. But until that point, the anti-cheat doesn't detect anything. And in my personal opinion, that's a useless anti-cheat. You hyped up an anti-cheat that was supposed to protect us, and it doesn't. You're still relying on the individuals behind the scenes to figure out who's cheating and who's not supposed to be cheating, when all it's supposed to do is detect the system. Oh, man. And it's like, how are you going to go to court all the time and sue these, cheat producers or, developers, whatever you want to call them, for millions and millions? How are you going to take all the time to sue them, but then you won't even bother with the game itself? It's all for money. Isn't that crazy? I hate myself for making commentaries in the past, praising them for going ahead and suing these cheat producers. Because, realistically, even though it was a good thing at the time, realistically, it was all for money. It's all for money. They just want more money out of the situation. Either winning the lawsuit will give them money. Either, the cheat producers getting shut down will give them more money. Regardless, at the end of the day, they're going to get money out of that. It wasn't to protect the players. It was just simply to fill up their pockets more. Right? Because if they cared about the players, this wouldn't be an issue. We wouldn't have to worry about cheaters running rampant in Ranked. We wouldn't have to worry about cheaters running rampant in Warzone 2. The game isn't even that competitive anymore. People don't even take the game in a competitive nature at all. And again, I'm more of a casual guy, but even as a competitive game, people just don't take it serious. They move on to stuff like Fortnite or Apex Legends, any other BR that's going to, have more seriousness behind it, that don't mess around. I mean, shoot, do you remember in Fortnite? I forget that one guy. I think he was in FaZe. He was messing around with cheats or something for content. So he wasn't even like full-fledged cheating, right? It wasn't like he's cheating 24/7. It was a video idea to install cheats and mess around in Fortnite. They literally banned him forever. And I don't even think he still has his account back. He wasn't able to play again. That's how serious they take it. Even when it's for just a little content. If cheats are detected, they are out. It doesn't matter how high your rank is, how much content you make, how big you are of an influencer. It doesn't matter. You're out of the game. And that's how Call of Duty should be. But it's not. I just wanted to state that because it's proof that their system could be better. And all that hype that they, pushed onto us is all false. It's all false. None of it works. It's all a big joke. And the fact that people are literally paying for bounties on streamers right now says enough to me. It literally says it all to me. Because even these cheaters have their names exposed 24/7. I mean, there's people on, I don't use TikTok myself personally, but I've had a lot of people come and show me this, that people are literally cheating very openly. They're not even hiding it. They will literally spawn into the match and just aim lock everybody in the pre-game lobby, tapping domes for days, spraying down, getting 50 plus kills in less than 30 seconds. They have people doing this every single game. They run it up over and over and over again. And the whole test is to see how long it takes until they get banned. And these people go weeks, months without even getting their accounts touched. How is that possible? How is that possible? I have to know. I don't see this in any other game besides COD. How do you guys give that little of a crap? You don't upgrade your servers. You don't upgrade your and they always brag about these things too. Keep that in mind. They brag about all this stuff. They brag about servers. They brag about anti-cheat. They brag about all this stuff every single time. They try to sell it to us, but it never is upgraded. You guys ever notice that? How much they brag about this stuff? How much they boast about these things to make it as selling point, and then never live up to the expectation, and then it all gets pushed under the rug. Nobody ever discusses it ever again. It all vanishes. It's true, but they need to upgrade the game. And you have to understand, I'm not even coming from a point where I completely hate Modern Warfare 2. You guys know me. If you've been watching my channel since the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, you know that I enjoy some of the parts of the game. It's not completely bad. Just like Modern Warfare 2019, it can improve. It could be such a god-tier game if they listen to the community. But you guys know my problems with Modern Warfare 2. You know my problems with the egos of the devs. But the point that I'm trying to make is even someone who enjoys the experience can completely acknowledge that Activision does not support the game. They don't put money into the game. They make so much cash out of this title, but they never put it right back into the experience. The whole point is to reinvest, right? Reinvest into the game. And they partially do when it comes to campaigns and, all these other things to make sure the cinematics are insane and the graphics are nuts. They do stuff in that fashion, but they don't reinvest into the actual game, the real game, the servers, the anti-cheat, all of the things that make the game function, play. They don't reinvest into that portion. We're still playing basically the same servers from Call of Duty 4 at this point, in my opinion. It feels, honestly, Call of Duty 4 probably feels better than the servers that we're playing nowadays. What an embarrassment. The anti-cheat's probably better back then. I guarantee the anti-cheat was probably better back then. We still saw our aimbotters. We still saw, our wall hackers. We still saw our UAV guys. But at the end of the day, it was still way better than it is current date. And that was before there was any other option. There was no Warzone. There was no ranked. The only thing you played Call of Duty for was casual. So everybody was in the casual experience. Everybody was there. So, the cheaters weren't scattered across from Warzone to DMZ to 6v6 to 10v10. They weren't scattered. They were all in the same playlist, and I still saw less cheaters back then than I do current date when it's still split across all of these different boards. Guys, I'm done ranting your ears off. I apologize. I just saw this information, like I said, that people are actually putting bounties up, and I just thought, how much of a joke is this? It made me think back to how Activision, like I said, was bragging, boasting about this anti-cheat, how much they hyped it up just to be shown that it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I don't know what the big deal was. I don't know where all the hype came from. And I can't believe it actually finessed a lot of us over. It did finesse a lot of us over, but it is what it is. I just wanted to put this out there so we learn from our mistakes. That's all, especially me, myself. I want to be able to learn from my mistakes. When stuff like this happens, I want to become better, overcome these challenges, and I hope a lot of you guys strive to do so as well. So when the next COD title comes out, we know exactly what to look for. We really do. We have piles of proof, all the way back from Modern Warfare 2019 of things that the developers say, that Activision says, that never happens, never evolves, and just, it turns out to be crap. It is what it is. We have proof, nonstop proof. So we have to start using that proof against them and get this game to a point where it should be. We need these fundamentals to be improved. We have to have these fundamentals improved, or else the game is just simply going to fall behind. It really will. It like I said, Call of Duty has the worst servers and the worst anti-cheat, honestly, that I have seen in a hot minute. Okay? That's just crazy to me personally. And I've seen cheaters all across the board in games like, obviously Battlefield, Fortnite sees cheaters, Apex Legends, all these games, you'll see cheaters. Halo, it doesn't matter, you'll see cheaters across the board. But man, the consistency of the cheats in Call of Duty and how long they can stay in the game is what really just shocks me every single time about COD. I'm not shocked that cheaters are in there because, like I said, it's a multi-million-dollar business. Cheaters are everywhere. It's an overabundance of cheaters out there. You might even know a cheater and you have no clue. They might be cheating. You have no clue. It's a lot of them out there. Seriously. So I'm not shocked that they're in the game. It happens. I'm just shocked about how poorly they handle them. That's what I'm shocked about. It's a literal joke. But like I said, I'm done ranting your guys' ears off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bombs, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games, do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.